Okay, let's dive right into this. You finally decided to start training, which is absolutely awesome. But literally on day one, you're faced with this massive fitness dilemma. Do you go down to the local park and start trying to do muscle ups on some rusty bar while a random dog barks at you? Or do you head to the gym and sit around waiting 20 minutes for a bench because some guy is just scrolling on his phone? Well, welcome to today's Explainer. We're going to break down the science, the strategies, and the hard realities of picking your weapon: functional power versus maximum size. Most folks start working out without even realizing they're actually choosing between two entirely different weapons. On one side, you have the path that makes you highly mobile and coordinated, like a true athlete. And on the other, you have a path engineered to build massive, symmetrical muscle, a physique that looks completely carved out of stone. Now, both paths can build strength, and both can definitely pack on muscle, but they absolutely do not give you the same aesthetics or the same type of progression. The question isn't really just what you want to do, it's what you want your body to become. So let's look at Path A, raw functional power. This right here is calisthenics. It's the undisputed crown holder for primal, raw training where your own body literally becomes the gym. And its secret weapon is something called the unit effect. Unlike other methods that just isolate individual muscles, calisthenics actually forces your body to move as a single, powerful human machine. When you do a push-up or a pull-up, your arms, your legs, your core, they're all firing together. Your balance is completely dialed in, and once you master those basics, you unlock this flashy skill-based strength, like the muscle up or the front lever. You aren't just pumping up a muscle to look good in the mirror, you're building real, true athletic control. A really massive advantage here is accessibility. Calisthenics absolutely wipes the floor with traditional gyms when it comes to your wallet. Zero memberships, zero machines. Because at the end of the day, gravity doesn't charge rent. You can train in your bedroom, out at the park, or just hanging from a doorframe. The base game is totally free. But there is a massive catch. Calisthenics has no lightweight mode. For a total beginner, it's basically like jumping straight into hard mode before you've even had a chance to play the tutorial. You have to lift your entire body weight right from day one. It doesn't matter if you weigh 50 kilos or 100 kilos, a pull-up requires you to lift all of it. And because of this incredibly steep barrier, progress can feel agonizingly slow at first. Sometimes it takes months of just pure grinding to achieve your first clean rep. Now, let's flip the coin and look at Path B, precision maximum size. If your dream is absolute symmetry and a physique that looks like an armored titan, welcome to traditional gym life. This is a precision body construction project. Instead of those whole-body primal movements, the gym hands you the exact specific tools, machines, cables, dumbbells, to laser focus on specific muscles. Want to isolate your biceps? You've got 10 different ways to do it. And for legs, seriously, nothing compares to throwing heavy plates on a barbell and squatting double your body weight. You can go way, way beyond what body weight alone can ever offer. And unlike that brutal hard mode of calisthenics we just talked about, the gym is absolute beginner heaven. It's the ultimate tutorial mode, because weights scale down to as low as just 2 kilograms. A complete newcomer can sit at a machine, pick a tiny weight, and build a safe foundation. The machines literally guide your motion for you. You start stacking wins immediately, and let me tell you, that is a massive boost for your motivation. All right, moving on to the progression game, skill versus simple math. So how do you actually level up on these paths? Well, in the gym, progression is just simple math. You lift a weight today, and then next week, you simply add 5 pounds to the bar. Tracking your progress is as easy as checking your logbook or the Notes app on your phone. The numbers do not lie. Calisthenics, on the other hand, is a skill grind. Progression there means leveling up to harder variations, like moving from a regular push-up to an archer push-up and eventually to a one-arm push-up. And each of those steps can take months to master. So if you want fast, measurable math, hit the gym. But if you love the discipline of mastering a complex physical skill, hit the park. Let's just hit pause for a second, because this next statistic is a huge wake-up call. Over 87% of people who train barely get any results at all. That's right. People train super hard, they eat clean, but they still look like they just signed up for the gym last week. Why? Because regardless of the path they chose, their execution is fundamentally broken. Neither of these paths will work for you without the real formula. Which brings us to fixing form and intensity. An incredible workout plan means absolutely nothing if your form is sloppy or if you completely lack the intensity to push your muscles into the actual growth zone. Let's look at the classic push-up as an example. Here are 5 massive mistakes that are killing your gains and risking injury. 1. Looking up. This just strains your neck. 2. Flared elbows. If your arms look like a T, you're totally wrecking your shoulders. Tuck them back to a 45-degree angle. 3. Sagging hips. Engage that core. 4. Rolled shoulders. And 5. Moving straight up and down. Listen, push-ups aren't an elevator ride. You want to push slightly forward, kind of as if you're shoving the floor away from you. Form is literally everything. And then there's the dreaded plank. Here is the golden rule for this one. If your plank lasts longer than your workout playlist, you're probably doing it wrong. Chasing a stopwatch while your lower back sags is completely useless. Crossing your hands, that just kills your core tension. And sticking your butt sky high just turns the plank into nap time. You need to breathe deeply, brace your core, create full body tension, and just drop the stopwatch entirely. Perfect form will always beat a sloppy 5-minute hold. Always. Okay, now what about the most coveted goal in fitness, actually getting abs? Let's be real here. Doing 200 daily crunches is a complete and utter waste of time. Your abs are a muscle. You wouldn't bench press 0 weight for 100 reps and expect your chest to grow, right? So follow these 4 real steps. First, add resistance. Use cables or weights to get that 3D carved look. Second, stay in the 5 to 15 rep range. If you can do 20 easily, it's just too light. Third, apply progressive overload by adding weight or even just slowing down the tempo. And fourth, maintain a 15% calorie deficit. But you have to remember the classic golden rule here. Abs are made in the gym, but they are revealed in the kitchen. I'll let you in on a little secret. You actually already have abs. Yep, they are just hiding right now under your body's emergency winter fuel tank. No amount of perfect, weeded cable crunches is going to magically uncover them if you aren't in a slight calorie deficit to strip away that layer of fat. So, when we put these 2 disciplines head to head, the choice becomes pretty clear. Calisthenics gives you absolute freedom and amazing skill progression, but yeah, it's hard mode for beginners. The gym requires some cash, but it's incredibly scalable, and progress is pure, simple math. Honestly, both are incredible, and both are completely safe, as long as you aren't lifting with your ego. So, what is the official Source Sparkz verdict? Let's get into the ultimate hybrid verdict. Here is the big plot twist of this entire explainer. You actually don't have to choose just one. But before you go mixing them, you have to remember this. The only thing that will really break you is your ego. It seriously doesn't matter if you are doing muscle-ups on a rusty bar or squatting heavy plates in a shiny commercial gym. If you lack consistency, if your form is terrible, or if you aren't pushing into that uncomfortable growth zone for those final 2 or 3 grinding reps, you will fail. Avoid the theater lifting. Leave your ego at the door, master your execution, and train with actual, real intensity. Because really, why choose when you can absolutely have both? By combining the targeted, simple math progressive overload of the gym with the athletic, full-body coordination of calisthenics, you can achieve the absolute ultimate physical form. You unlock the dynamic mobility of a human machine, plus the formidable size of an armored titan. So I want you to take a hard look at your current routine. Are you artificially limiting your own potential by staying entirely on just one side of the fence? Or are you finally ready to merge them, drop the ego, and become truly unstoppable?